우리 아빠야.
Ildo is curious, when did Dongju's memory actually return? Then Dongju answers, if he didn't lose his memory, why did he jump into the sea and save the shooter? Actually, when saving Ildo, he remembered the shooting. At that time Dongju let Ildo almost drown, but he still saved him. When Wanbei found out that Ildo was the shooter, Dongju should have let him drown. But Dongju still saved him, because he wanted revenge.
복수하려고요.
Mr. Yeom waited at Chairman Cho's office to give the good news that they agreed to the credit limit for the stalled crude oil imports. That was because Dongju had previously met the elder, so that he would cooperate, and Mr. Yeom only carried out the elder's orders. Because he solved the Daesan energy problem, Chairman Cho will give him a reward to Mr. Yeom. Chairman Cho told Dongju to send it to a Swiss account, and Dongju will send enough so that Mr. Yeom is confident in facing the elder. Then Ildo told his father-in-law to show his gratitude directly. He asked for it because the Swiss account is held by Dongju. But Dongju chose to send it to a Swiss account because he prioritized his pride in the eyes of the elder more than anything. Mr. Yeom was actually a bit annoyed, but he held it in because he was in front of the Chairman Cho. Regarding the long vacant position of Vice Chairman in Daesan Group, Chairman Cho has promoted Director Choi Jae-hyun as a first step. When the time is right and internal support has grown, he will transfer the position to Ildo. Of course, Ildo and Mr. Yeom are getting more and more annoyed. After entering Ildo's office, Mr. Yeom immediately beats Ildo until he almost falls. At that time, Ildo remembers the past incident when Ildo was locked up in a place. He was beaten by Mr. Yeom's people and also Mr. Yeom himself. Mr. Yeom can't understand why did Ildo attack the gangster boss when he tried to kill Dongju. Mr. Yeom thinks, did Ildo start to feel guilty towards Dongju when he arrived there? But it turns out that when he saw Taeyeon worrying about Dongju, Ildo was negligent because he miscalculated. And Mr. Yeom feels that Ildo is too emotional and it could be serious because he cares too much about his son. How can Ildo handle a bigger problem then? So Mr. Yeom asks Ildo to prepare a plan to deal with Dongju. Ildo thinks, if he takes over Daesan Group as planned, then they can get enough money to fund the National Patriotism Fund. That way, the elders won't have a reason to stick to Dongju, so if that happens, they can get the elders' attention back. However, Mr. Yeom thinks Dongju will use Ji Seonil to control Daesan Group. His mother is worried because Seonil came home late last night. Seonil then tells her that the old man who likes to order extra vanilla milk coffee with syrup forgot where he lives and Seonil helped him get home. He forgot where he lives and he also calls Seonil his son. He wanders around barefoot and Seonil really feels sorry for him. Next time Seonil will be nice to him. Knowing that his mother is confused because she is a nobody now. Dukwi comes to the bakery and Seonil greets her, then Dukwi returns the shoes that were previously worn by Chairman Cho. Seonil thinks she knows the address of the shop because Dongju told her, then Dukwi ordering the drink that her father usually ordered when he visited the shop. Seonil was a bit surprised because she ordered the same drink as the old man. As her daughter, at least Dukwi should know what her father drinks when he goes out, because it could be bad if he gets sick. Yangsu told Dukwi to leave after drinking, but she stepped on Yangsu's foot instead. She asked if Yangsu had forgotten their agreement, that Yangsu swore she would never approach Daesan again. She and his son are still alive because she kept that promise, so if she trusts Dongju, then Dukwi will make Yangsu and her son disappear without a trace. So don't let her son appear in front of Chairman Cha again. When he wanted to leave, Dongju met Dongju in front of the shop. Dongju asked him not to try too hard, because Ji Seonu would never be their family. Her father's health was getting worse and all Dongju's efforts would be in vain. This is their family business, so remember that they will not accept interference from outsiders, that is Dongju. Dongju explained that Seonu's problem was Daesan Group's business. Dongju understood she worries about Taeyeon's future, but treating it emotionally as a family matter can have irreversible consequences. Suddenly, Seonu calls Dongju and approaches him, so Dongju leaves the place. Dongju explains that he even considered marriage to make Seonu a part of the family, since he has survived until he was old enough. Dongju finds out that Yeongsu opened a bakery here, so that Chairman Cha can freely visit to see Seonu anytime. It won't be easy for Seonu to enter Daesan Group, and as his mother, Yeongsu must be by his father's side as an official wife. If Yeongsu believes and follows Dongju, then he will make it possible. Then Dongju calls Seonu and tells him everything. It seems like Seonu is a bit shocked and can't believe what really happened. Dongju goes to his hacker friend's place, and she has sent all of Mr. Yeom's property data and everything on Ildo's phone to the tablet. It seems like they have found almost all of the properties that he covered up under another name. Dongju wants to find everyone connected to Mr. Yeom by any means, especially the people he locked up when he was a prosecutor. After Ildo's phone that Dongju took, his friend, Kong Song, Dr. Kang's father, sent a photo. When he saw the photo, Dongju remembered his childhood, but it was only vague. It was a photo of Kong Song, Sanho's unknown father, Jaeong-won, and also Ildo. While on the gangster boss's phone there was nothing, call history and messages, all deleted. But Cho Yong-chan made an important statement. He wanted to end this now. He really didn't know who he was dealing with, because all the orders were from Mr. Yeom. And if he was released, he would find Mr. Yeom's weakness, and he called it Dandelion. Yong-chan told him that it was the Dandelion team, a secret unit of the National Security Agency. Conglomerates, media, and lawmakers, all the powerful and influential people in Korea had been monitored by them. The gangster boss was their boss. However, the democratization of the National Security Agency made the Dandelion team suddenly disbanded. All the files about them also disappeared. Even Mr. Yeom Jang Seon couldn't avoid it. He was the main surveillance target. Because they didn't promise loyalty to humans, they recorded everything from his corrupt actions to his daily conversations. That's why he was so desperate to find his file since then. But Dongju still had doubts. How could he trust Yong-chan, and Yong-chan told him to check with the gangster boss or Mr. Yeom. Dongju and Won-bae will also shake Yong-chan and his boss to reveal the weakness of Mr. Yeom. They will secure the Dandelion team files themselves. Dongju sent a message, let's exchange Dandelion team files with CHO Yong-chuan. And suddenly Dongju was there and met the gangster boss. He explained that Dandelion never existed and was just a rumor. Dongju thought Yong-chan was so desperate to wait for him, and Dongju called the boss with Oh Jang-go, former leader of the National Security Agency Dandelion team. Then Jang-go asked to be connected to Yong-chan. Won-bae woke Yong-chan up because his boss wanted to talk on the phone. Jang-go asked if Yong-chan was okay, and he replied that he was okay. Yong-chan made sure that his boss didn't just leave him and would pick him up. And Jang-go told him to hang on a little longer. Then Won-bae told him to bring the Dandelion files if he wanted to meet Yong-chan. It turned out that Guho was there, and he tracked the location of the cell phone from the call. Then Yangu gave the Dandelion files and he would hand over the rest after his safety is guaranteed. Because Yeom Jang revealed Dandelion to Dongju, so Guho asked him to take care of Yeom Jang first. After that Guho will ensure his safety. A man sent a message to Guho that Dongju was at Daesan headquarters. Then Guho sent a message to Yangu now. And Yangu rushed off while being monitored by Guho. He went where Yeom Jang was being held captive. It turned out that Dongju was not in the car, but there was one bae who sprayed the man's nose so that the man fainted. Yangu saw Yeom Jang and he immediately broke down the door and entered the room. But Yangu actually strangled his neck and it turned out that Yeom Jang was not handcuffed. He fought with his boss. He didn't expect his boss really want to kill him. What Dongju said turned out to be true. Suddenly Dongju came and locked the door, so that they were both locked inside. This was not according to Dongju's promise, because he changed his mind. He wanted them to discuss together how to bring him the Dandelion file. Then Yangu said that a long time ago, he and Dongju has met him. He knows Dongju's father very well. Dongju went to see his father, Professor Lee Sup-young, but he is on long leave and is now abroad. There Dongju only met Hee Cheol's father who works there. In the past, his brother, Mr. Yeom, should not have interfered with Hee Cheol's rugby team. That way, Dongju and Hee Cheol would have gotten along. Dongju wanted to convey that Seo Dong Ju, Sister Agnes, died in an accident. But it seems that Sup-young has received news about Sister Agnes, because the monastery knows that Sup-young is her biological father. Dongju came because he had to know that his sister was gone. Besides that, Dongju also wanted to meet his father at least once. But Dongju can't meet his father. Dongju comes to Mrs. Pai's office because he just found out that his father is not Lee Sup-young. He asks Mrs. Pai if she knows Dongju and his sister are not siblings. Mrs. Pai feels that Dongju is talking nonsense. Dongju feels sad because he is not Professor Lee's son and not his mother's son. Dongju is told that after separating from Sup-young, a few years later, Ko Eugene came to him for help. She adopted a son so that her daughter would not grow up lonely, but she had financial difficulties. Dongju is curious about where his mother picked him up and Mrs. Pai tells him that his mother didn't pick him up, but Dongju came by himself on foot. Then she shows something to Dongju. When walking to Yeonju's house, Dongju is wearing this outfit. Yeonju hands it to Mrs. Pai. Before becoming a nun, there is also a Daesan badge there. Then she shows a photo and the child being held is Dongju when he was little. Mrs. Pai made sure, because she was the one who bathed and fed Dongju when he was little, so she knew very well that the child was Dongju. It was the same photo that was on Ildo's phone and Mrs. Pai thought the person holding Dongju might be his father. Hee Cheol sat looking at Un-nam. He wondered if Un-nam came back because her heart had opened to Hee Cheol. But it turns out not. Un-nam cancelled the divorce because she didn't want to have to pay more fines than the shares she got from her marriage. So, that's the reason Un-nam came back, and Hee Cheol will prepare the money for her, and Hee Cheol has also packed some of her clothes. Hee Cheol kicked her out and asked for a divorce, so Un-nam won't be fined. They also don't have children, so the process won't take long. Hee Cheol knows that after divorcing him, Un-nam will definitely return to Dongju. Dongju looks at the photo in the car. Un-nam, who just arrived, sees it and gets into her car. Un-nam says that she decided to get a divorce. She's curious about what Dongju was looking at that he didn't realize she came. Then Dongju shows the photo and Un-nam asks where Dongju got this photo. Un-nam knows the man in the photo. He is her father. Hearing that Dongju is very shocked. Does that mean Unnam and Dongju are siblings? Is Unnam his younger sister?